It's Argentina.
And a nation will tango all night long. "36 years since Maradona and Mexico. Here, finally, is a nation's new throng of immortals. Scaloni will be fated. Messi will be sainted."
They are the reigning champions of the world. They are led by the greatest player who has ever lived, now 39 years old and chasing one final summer. And no team in this tournament carries a heavier weight or a deeper hunger than Argentina.
It's always about the team who grows more, because a growing team is a dangerous team. I think Argentina is a prime example of these two things.
This is the story of the Albiceleste at the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The story of a country that has already written itself into football immortality, and a generation that refuses to walk away. Argentina are not just a football team. They are a nation defined by the game. 46 million people, one sport, one obsession. From the streets of Rosario to the barrios of Buenos Aires, football is the language Argentina speaks fluently. Louder than politics, louder than poverty, louder than anything else. Their football association was founded in 1893, the 8th oldest in the world. They played their first international match in May 1901, beating Uruguay 3-2, and they have been chasing greatness ever since. The numbers tell their own story. 3 World Cup titles, 6 World Cup finals, 16 Copa America trophies, 23 major international honors in total, the most ever won by any men's national team in history. But the trophies only tell half the story. The other half lives in the names. Diego Maradona, the boy from Villa Fiorito, who scored the hand of God and the goal of the century in the same match against England in 1986. Mario Kempes, the long-haired striker who fired Argentina to their first World Cup on home soil in 1978. Gabriel Batistuta, Daniel Passarella, Alfredo Di Stefano, and then there is Lionel Messi, the boy from Rosario who waited 16 years, played 5 World Cups, lost finals, retired in tears, came back, and finally, at the age of 35, lifted the only trophy that had ever escaped him. In Qatar, in 2022, against France, in what many now call the greatest World Cup final ever played. That is who Argentina are. A country that does not measure itself in points or rankings. They measure themselves in legends. The road to North America was not built on drama. It was built on dominance. When Argentina lifted the World Cup in Qatar, the questions started immediately. Could they do it again? Or was Qatar the final chapter, the perfect ending to an imperfect career? The answer came in the qualifiers. Argentina topped the South American group. They won 12 of their 18 matches. They scored more than any other CONMEBOL nation. And along the way, they did something that has not been done often in the history of this rivalry. They beat Brazil twice. The first came at the iconic Maracanã Stadium. Argentina on Brazilian soil, in a fixture so heated that it was halted for nearly half an hour before kickoff, ran out winners. The second came at home, a 1-0 victory at the Monumental in Buenos Aires that all but sealed their qualification. By March 2025, Argentina were already through, the 4th team in the world to confirm their place at the 2026 World Cup, behind only Japan, New Zealand, and Iran. But the campaign was about more than results. It was about transition. Lionel Scaloni, the rookie coach who had taken charge of Argentina back in 2018 with no senior coaching experience, was now the most decorated head coach in Argentine history. World Cup, 2 Copa Americas, a 36-match unbeaten run between 2021 and 2024, a national record. And quietly, beneath the success, Scaloni was rebuilding. New faces were being introduced. Franco Mastantuono just 17 years old when he made his debut. Nico Paz, the playmaker from Como, emerging as a genuine option. Thiago Almada, Alejandro Garnacho, the next generation, learning at the feet of the champions. In March of 2026, Argentina played their final home match before the tournament. La Bombonera, packed with 100,000 voices, watched as Lionel Messi started against Zambia. The banners read simply, "The best of the century." The crowd sang his name for 90 minutes. It was not a goodbye. Not yet. But everyone in that stadium knew what they were witnessing. The defending champions preparing for one last ride. Argentina's squad is a careful balance of icons and inheritors. 4 men will define their tournament. The first, of course, is Lionel Messi, 39 years old by the time the World Cup begins. Already the most appearances of any player in World Cup history. If he plays a single minute in 2026, he will become the first male player ever to feature in 6 World Cups. He has confirmed his intention to play. Coach Scaloni is managing his minutes carefully. Messi himself has said he does not want to be a burden, only a contributor. But for as long as he wears the blue and white, Argentina are dangerous. The second is Emiliano Martinez, the Aston Villa goalkeeper who saved Argentina in the 2022 final, who won the Golden Glove in Qatar, and who has built a reputation as the most ruthless penalty shootout specialist in the world. Mind games, theatrics, saves at the moment they matter most. If Argentina go deep, Martinez is the reason why. The third is Cristian Romero, the Tottenham defender who anchors a backline built on aggression and refusing to back down. Alongside the veteran Nicolas Otamendi, at 38, almost certainly playing his final World Cup, Romero gives Argentina a defensive identity that few teams can break down. And the fourth is Lautaro Martinez, the Inter Milan striker in the form of his career. Movement, link-up play, clinical finishing inside the box. He missed the March international window with an injury, and his fitness for June is being closely monitored. But if he is right, he is the man who turns half chances into goals. Beneath them, the engine room. Alexis Mac Allister of Liverpool, Enzo Fernandez of Chelsea, Rodrigo de Paul, the relentless midfielder who covers more ground than any player on the pitch. World Cup winners, every one of them. This is not a team in transition. This is a team in defense of everything they built. Argentina have been drawn into Group J, alongside Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. Their tournament begins on June 16th in Kansas City against Algeria. Their second match takes them to Arlington, Texas against Austria on June 22nd. And they conclude the group stage in the same city on June 27th against Jordan, the first-time qualifiers from the Middle East. On paper, this is one of the most favorable groups any defending champion could have asked for. Argentina have faced Algeria only once before, a 4-3 friendly win back in 2007. They have never played Austria competitively, and Jordan, making their World Cup debut, are expected to be overmatched against the world champions. The realistic expectation is straightforward. Argentina top the group. They progress to the knockout rounds with momentum, and the questions only begin in the round of 32. But football does not always read the script. Algeria possess genuine attacking talent in Riyad Mahrez and Mohamed Amoura. Austria, under their German coach, are built for tournament football, compact, disciplined, dangerous on the counter-attack. Jordan have nothing to lose and everything to prove. Currently ranked third in the world behind France and Spain, Argentina arrive as one of the 3 favorites for the trophy itself. Anything less than the semi-finals would be considered a failure. A second consecutive World Cup title, something not achieved since Brazil in 1962, would cement this generation as the greatest in their nation's history. So can Argentina do it again? The truth is, this is a defense with a deadline. Messi is 39, Otamendi is 38. De Paul Paredes the spine of the 2022 triumph. None of them will be back in 2030. Whatever happens this summer, this generation will not pass this way again. But that is exactly why they are dangerous. Because Argentina are not arriving in North America to participate. They are arriving to finish what they started, to give Messi the perfect ending, to prove that 2022 was not a fairy tale, but the beginning of a dynasty. 46 million people are willing it to happen. A captain is chasing one final goodbye, and a coach who once had no experience now stands one tournament away from football immortality. The world will be watching. The story is still being written, and whether it ends in glory or in heartbreak, one thing is certain. Argentina will not go quietly. If you want more untold stories from the 2026 FIFA World Cup, subscribe to World Cup Untold, and we will see you in the next one.
It's Argentina! And a nation will tango all night long! "36 years since Maradona and Mexico. Here, finally, is a nation's new throng of immortals. Scaloni will be fated. Messi will be sainted. Campeón del mundo. Champions of the world's greatest game.